Hey folks, want to see a live feed of what's on my mind 24/7 currently? Here you go. Yeah, let's go. Tears of the Kingdom. I am buzzing for this. Cave Boys! I cannot stop thinking about Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. From the recent gameplay showing off, to rewatching and thinking about the trailers and other little pieces we've seen. When this video is up, there will be less than 6 weeks until the game comes out. And honestly, I imagine we still have more to see in the form of a final game trailer. Hopefully around the 11th or 12th of April, as that is roughly 1 month before release. And going off recent major releases for Nintendo, they've done dedicated Nintendo Directs around a month before games come out, and this is Zelda, so it'd almost be odd not to do that. We'll have to wait and see on that one, but in the meantime, I want to recap some massive details that often go easily missed across all of the content we've seen so far. This is also me bringing back a sort of unofficial series I did a while back, unofficially titled Secrets You Might Have Missed. A new game is on the horizon, so it's a good time to get back into covering things that might be easily missed. In this video, we'll be mainly focusing on the new gameplay, but not exclusively. There are also trailer secrets and details, Twitter posts, and even website details that you might have missed and will definitely find incredibly cool. My next channel goal in mind is 200,000 subscribers, by the way. And if you're new here and looking for some fun, not too serious, Scottish Zelda content, then be sure to subscribe. With that said, as always here, be sure to go and grab yourself a snack or drink and cinnamons get featured right here. And let's get into this one. Starting off this list, let's take a closer look at something we saw a good few times during the gameplay session recently. When Link first reaches the Sky Islands, he glides over to this small island with these 3 square structures. They look pretty cool and even have dragons on them. A very common theme in this game, which I'll be covering more in depth in a future video. Little tease there if you will. Now, they don't seem like much here, but it turns out they actually are. What these appear to be are large fans. No, not like yourself being a Hyrule Gamer fan. You're much more lovely. These Zonai fans, as I'm dubbing them, are likely to be used in the exact same way as these smaller ones, just on a much larger scale of course. This was discovered whilst in a call with the Cave Boys, Triforce Trends and Zinc, and whilst discussing the recent gameplay, we talked about all that stuff in the background of this shot, whilst using the new fuse. There is a lot that can be fused back here, most notably, another one of these large blocks. That made us think, why would you be able to fuse them? That must mean they have some sort of purpose, right? Because at first glance, they seem like nothing more than some sort of structure, but if you look closely at slowed down or still footage, and zoom in, you can actually see that they have fan blades on the inside, meaning that these are most likely going to be used for fusing, but on a very large scale. Just imagine the fly machines we can make with these bad boys. I also imagine that this is how Link got from the smaller island up to the larger and higher up one, though there could just be 2 different save files here. It is just a guess, although it definitely looks possible. A little later on in the gameplay, we might even see one active. This block here appears as if it's just floating. Is it active? Or maybe I'm just not seeing something holding it up. I also watched Nintendo Black Crisis's gameplay analysis whilst working on this video, and he brought up an interesting point in that these could also be puzzle related. I'd love to see that be applied with these. Regardless, this is an awesome and potentially huge detail that I don't think was noticed all that much. I certainly think that they're fans, but I guess time will tell. I've seen some people become a bit skeptical of caves being a part of this game, and as a certified cave boy, I can't be having that. Now it's odd considering how much we've seen of them throughout trailers and even in this gameplay session. I've even heard some people say that caves will now only be in the sky. I mean, yeah, there are caves up here, but why does that suddenly mean there are none down on Hyrule? Anyway, to address that, something you might have missed in a previous trailer is this cave opening seen in the shot of Link in whatever plane this is. In the script it just says plane, because I was supposed to insert it later. I'll put it on screen. It's pretty clear that this is indeed the entrance to a cave, in a very similar way to how this is also an entrance to a cave. I don't know why there is now doubt. We've seen a lot of evidence to suggest caves. I mean, the first trailer back in 2019 is literally 99% underground footage, which, fair enough, could just be a cutscene, but we saw this massive underground shot in the last trailer, Link being chased by a Hinox underground, Link spanking a Talus yet again, underground, and now in gameplay, literal cave icons. These will definitely also be down on the surface, and this cave entrance here is an easily missed secret that isn't brought up enough, if you ask me. Zonai. Ah yes, the Zonai. A massive talking point for us fans from this gameplay session, and whilst I'm going to go over this as one main point for the video, I actually have two sub-secrets within this one to share. Yes, two sub-Zonai points compiled into one, as well as the first point discussed in the video. Let's start with these blocks seen off to the side during the Ascend ability demonstration. They appear to be the same as this enemy we saw in the last trailer, but in an idle or deactivated form. I'd imagine once we get closer, it builds itself up with the green energy and prepares for combat. That's all well and cool, but the little secret I'd like to point out here is that if you look closely at the design on the ground here, is that what I think it is? A Zonai Swirl? It would certainly appear so, and it's cool to see them again if so. Bonus secret for this point, if you go onto the Japanese Zelda website, you can actually view this cool, presumably Zonai design, and even cooler, a brand new sound effect when you click on the website. I wasn't really sure where to include this bonus secret, so thought I'd just add it on to one of my Zonai related points. I get the impression that this sound is something we're going to be hearing in the game, in relation to the green energy and constructs. But overall, the Zonai. Okay, I swear this next one is the last Zonai focus secret in the video. The actual fifth last point is on something different, I promise. Anyway, this one is looking at this new construct artwork which was shown off via social media. This was not seen in any trailers or the gameplay session, so off the bat it's already pretty easy to miss. It's a much larger and likely more difficult construct to battle. What's interesting here is that we can see it with this dragon head flamethrower. Huh, look familiar? Well, that's because we've actually seen this dragon head before in the second trailer for the game, where Link is fighting this new enemy. What this means is that whenever Link defeats this type of construct, we'll be able to grab the dragon head flamethrower and fuse it to our shield. This has actually been a pretty big talking point since we saw this, and up until we learned what fusing was, it was honestly thought by many that this could be a new dungeon item of some kind. It's clear now, thanks to this artwork posted officially online, that it is indeed a fusible part. I find this really cool and can't wait to see what other awesome stuff we can fuse with. Fifth and final secret of the video, the Malice Vents. These large Malice circles are seen all over Hyrule. What are they? Why are they here? Well, I think that I've figured out a little secret here. Actually, more like me and Triforce Trends. In a call the other night, we were looking at the trailer and thinking of new video ideas, and focused in on Hyrule Castle. Previously, it appeared to be more just rising and presumably leaving a crater below. However, in the recent gameplay session, we can see that it appears to actually have a massive hole beneath it. A Malice Vent, as we've dubbed it. Similar to all of these smaller, but still big ones seen across Hyrule. We were discussing the idea of these also being entrances to the underground, jumping down into the unknown sort of situations. It could also somehow link up to these sort of malice infused enemies. This would be on top of actual cave entrances, of course, and well, this is a bit of a speculative secret I guess, but you could say, when you think about this info, could it be that when Hyrule Castle first lifts up, as seen in the 2019 reveal trailer, the first place Malice breaks out from deep below is here, and then goes through different caves beneath Hyrule and bursts open other Malice Vents across the land. Now, this is even more speculative, but what if all of that is the equivalent to the tower scene at the beginning of Breath of the Wild? The scene that sets the scene for exploration. Then later, the islands come into play. Like I said, that is wildly speculative, but the secret here is that Hyrule Castle appears to have an actual hole below it, rather than just being pushed up and leaving a crater. And then there's all the other Malice Vents, which I'm pretty sure are just holes you can go into. I'm so curious to all of this. The possibilities of this are crazy. If it's completely true, then that would mean we can likely dive into the depths of Death Mountain as well. Perhaps to a dungeon. I'm getting far away from the topic of this video now. So yeah, I think all of these are actually holes into the underground, which I believe is something that hasn't really been seen that much. But let me know what you think. Let's wrap things up now. Did you learn anything new from this video? I hope I was able to bring at least one new detail to your attention. Are there any other details that might have gone easily missed that you noticed and I didn't? Let me know down below in the comments, where I'll be reading and replying to you lovely folks very soon. Be sure to drop a wee like down below if you enjoyed, and also consider subscribing for more fabulous Zelda content all the way up to release of Tears of the Kingdom and beyond. 200k is my next goal, and it'd mean the world to me if you're a part of helping me get there. I'd really appreciate it. Follow my social media pages linked below to keep up to date, or send in a snack or drink photo. And as always, a huge, massive, amazing shout out goes to all of my channel supporters. Thanks a ton. Your support really helps me to make these videos week in, week out, all month long, 365 days a year. If you'd like to join them and get yourself a shout upon joining, and your name at the end of every video, then consider supporting via the links below. Thanks for watching. I hope you all have an amazing day or night, and until the next time, I've been Hyrule Gamer.